Good morning, everyone. I need to talk about something that's been really messing with my head lately. We've seen America mobilize like an army over a lot of things. BLM protests, anti-ICE protests, Tea Party rallies, Proud Boys stuff, Portland chaos, Seattle's autonomous zone thing, that whole Chaz Chop rigmarole, where people tried to run a mini society there for a minute, and it failed because they didn't know how to fucking farm. But this Epstein, child exploitation, cannibalism, network protection questions. Like, we're moving on, everybody. We're not talking about Epstein anymore. Government says so. Haven't you seen how well the stock market is doing? And the public response to that is paralysis. There's nobody rioting over these children. There's nobody out here protesting like all those other things I listed. No debate. Not even a fucking civil war over this. Out of all things. But not over this. It's just more like a dead stare. More doom scrolling. Maybe a little nervous laugh and then go to work. And I'm not condoning riots by any means necessary, because riots are used by dark forces in the shadows, and the rioters are useful idiots where the good things never actually get done. What I'm saying is that mass unrest is a marker. It tells you where the collective nervous system hits a wall where it cannot tolerate it any further. And it's weird, this doesn't seem to hit it. Right? So what's fucking going on here? Let's talk about it. We literally watched leadership pivot during hearings into stuff like focus on the stock market, while people are demanding answers about the Epstein files. And now here's bipartisan outrage because the DOJ was logging lawmakers' search histories while they reviewed unredacted Epstein material. Which, even if you agree with the protect the victims rationale, it gives off a very specific vibe of we're watching the watchers. So the public hears tons of pages released, but it still feels controlled. Then the deflection, and then move on. Why are you all still talking about this? Why are you talking about this? Have you seen the stock market? And people go, so nobody's getting touched, huh? Nobody's having justice brought to them. And here's the paradox. People will mobilize hard when the issue has a single viral trigger like a video, a raid, a face, a name, a moment, like George Floyd or Renee Good or Charlie Kirk. A simple villain, a hero story, even if it's oversimplified, they'll mobilize over that. If you have a clear target, a building, a city council, a local agency, if you get social permission, your tribe says it's okay, the blues say it's okay, the reds say it's okay. Low cognitive loads, like you don't need a law degree to understand the vibe. It's like lions hunting zebras. You know why zebras have stripes? It's a camouflage, believe it or not. These scientists tried to figure out why these lions couldn't see these zebras. Were they afraid of the herd or what was going on? They painted a red streak on a zebra, broke up the pattern of its stripes. The lions immediately saw it, locked on, and killed that zebra because it had something to lock onto. These Epstein files are like a herd of zebras to us. We can't really lock on to anything, and that's by design. The case with Epstein is the opposite of these things I listed. There's documents, there's redactions, there's jurisdictions, there's sealed stuff, there's sources say. There's a distributed network, not one target. And the fear that if you talk wrong, you get labeled insane or defamatory or partisan. Or like years ago when all the Pizzagate stuff came out, every single person that blew the whistle on that was ridiculed and called a tinfoil hat nut job. And might I add the same shit with the COVID vaccines as well. Now we know there's a bunch of fuckery with that, and everybody dogpiled on them when they were trying to help everybody. So what do humans do when they feel morally disgusted and strategically confused? They freeze. It's like a massive sea monster is coming out of the ocean. Cthulhu rose out of the sea. When something is too big, too ugly, too existential, your nervous system doesn't always go into fight or flight. It freezes. Numbness, disassociation. I can't process this. And child exploitation hits a special psychological space. It's not just anger, it's contamination and horror. People's minds try to protect them by turning that into static. They don't want to lock onto it. And there's research on this. When harm is massive or statistical, people often feel less emotion, not more. It's called psychic numbing. A single identifiable victim can move people more than a mountain of millions of pages released. And Epstein is a mountain. This is big. I mean, how big? We're not really sure. Is it the whole fucking world? Is it every country? Is it every actor, politician, FBI agent? Is it all of them? How many are being coerced? Is the director of the FBI being coerced? Is he being threatened? They say they're going to kill his family. What's happening? Or is he in on it? It's one of those two things. And how do you protect the protectors? If people are coming after them and not allowing them to do their job, what are we supposed to do? We're all deep into this learned helplessness. Years of nothing happening. It's been 7 years since this Epstein shit came out. 7 years. They're using time as a weapon. Just add more time, just add more time, just add more time. We're used to it. We're used to it. And you feel like you've watched scandal after scandal after scandal with no consequences. You learn a pattern. Action doesn't change the outcome. That's basically learned helplessness right there. Repeated exposure to an uncontrollable negative situation can teach the organism to stop trying, give up. And dragging this out for years, drip feed, redaction battles, we're looking into it, then nothing. That's how you cultivate public fatigue into public surrender. Another layer of this is the online bystander effect. When millions see the same thing, everyone assumes journalists will handle it. Yeah, they got it. Congress will handle it. We voted for them. We pay taxes. They're going to handle it. The FBI is going to handle it. They're the good guys. They're brave. They're going to stand out in front and protect the citizens from evil. That's what their job is. They're America's angels. Right? Somebody important is going to handle this. No. No, they're not. That's diffusion of responsibility. Responsibility gets spread so thin, nobody feels it personally anymore. And this one's sneaky here. Pluralistic ignorance. What the fuck does that mean? It's when people privately disagree with the normal, but assume everyone else accepts it. So they stay quiet, which makes it look like everyone accepts it. So you get this loop. Nobody's in the streets, so maybe I'm the crazy one, so I'll shut up, which ensures nobody in the streets. It's like boiling a frog. You turn the heat up too fast, that frog's going to know what's going on. It's going to jump out of that pan. If you turn it up ever so slowly, thinks it's in a hot tub, thinks it's having a party. Till that one temperature shift changes over, and it's a dead frog. It's lunch. That's us right now. That is America right now. It's a literal frog experiment story. Slow escalation doesn't trigger the emergency response. A sudden raid triggers response. A slow drip of files, redactions, hearings, deflection. Move on, the stock market. That triggers sleepwalking. Time becomes sedative. So is it just too big? Is it so big the system has to protect itself? What if people get threatened? Now, I don't know for sure any specific person that was threatened to keep a lid on the Epstein stuff and not go after people. I can't prove that. But historically, intimidation is absolutely a tool powerful networks use. And here's the psychological kicker. If people believe consequences will land on them rather than the perpetrators, they won't mobilize. They self-censor. They atomize. They whisper in DMs. And that's not because they don't care. It's because they feel unsafe being visible. Which is what all that anonymous stuff was about. People wearing the Guy Fawkes mask. They were able to say things without the fear of being persecuted. So, what are the manipulation levers here? One is overwhelm you with 3.5 fucking million pages of this shit. Good luck, citizen. Next is the taboo of it all. Make the topic socially radioactive. Who wants to talk about pedophilia and cannibalism? I even feel uncomfortable saying that just now. But it has to be said. It has to be discussed. We cannot move on from this. And if we do move on from this, we don't deserve a future. Next, you have surveillance vibes. Track the oversight, people, and call it procedure. Next, you have the time that we talked about. Drag it out until outrage becomes background noise. Like, yeah, okay, that's just Alex Jones again going on and on about the fucking child sacrifices. He's always been doing that, right? And then finally, polarization. Keep the reds and blues fighting so purple never comes and fixes the Epstein shit. Okay, so now what do we do with this? What do we do? I know a lot of people have called their representatives. A riot's not going to help. That's chaos bait. Useful idiot shit. The move is unfreezing. Make it narratively simple again. Not every rumor is true, and not nothing is true. Just child exploitation is unacceptable. Equal accountability matters, and the truth cannot be timed out. You replace doom scrolling with community witnessing. Freeze breaks when people realize they're not alone. That's pluralistic ignorance. Say that 10 times fast. Pluralistic ignorance. The cure is visible agreement of a problem. We agree this is a problem. We should do something as a community. If we can't do something nationwide, we should do something countywide. Converting horror into agency. Agency doesn't start as a revolution. It starts as, I'm willing to be seen saying this is not okay. And something has to be done about it. That's how the purple forms. It's our only way out of this shit. Not by agreement on everything. That's impossible. If that's your goal, you're never going to get it. But by agreeing on a moral floor that we can stand on. So yeah, it is fascinating. It's like The country can riot over things with 10 times more ambiguity, but when the monster is truly monstrous and rears its ugly head, people stare into the ocean like, did anybody else see Cthulhu? Okay, I gotta go to work. And the system's best weapon isn't guns. It's public paralysis. The belief that nothing can be done, so nothing's attempted. I am not accepting that. Not because I want chaos, because I want a society whose breaking point is children being harmed, not politics being offended. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have a wonderful Friday.